Okay, looks like we're live, guys. Hey, guys, welcome to this live stream. We are at 16th of April, um, and it's Tuesday morning. So, hope everyone's having a good day. Let me just change this. Hang on. So yeah, hope everyone's having a good day, and hope you guys can see the screen. It's still not showing me the full. Like on your screen, it's probably going to show something different. Let me have a look. I'll have to readjust it. Let me try some other. Let me try it so it's 800, 600. Maybe that will be a bit better for you guys because the screen's kind of like all off-centered. But anyway, I'm beaming out to YouTube as well. So yeah, hopefully you can see it properly. But anyway, we got some pretty big news. So we I got this from my boy Tommy. So thanks, Tommy. Actually, I just woke up. To be honest, I had a late one last night, but oh, okay, you can see it. Yeah, now I'm scrolling down. You should be able to see it. It's just kind of like weird the way it is set up on the screen here. But anyway, so shout out to my boy Tommy. Massive news for BTC. This is gonna be massive. This is massive news. Okay, just trust me on this. This is massive news. And BTC's down. BTC's down like to 63. So this is an opportunity for you guys to literally load up on what I'm about to say. You literally should be loading up on what I'm about to say. Okay. Yeah. There's nothing more important right now than what I'm about to say. Like, it's literally that important. That's how important it is. So, yeah, we go and have a look at, just very quickly, we go and have a look at, I'll talk about this more in a second, but, yeah, we started the social campaign for Buddy Token. It's really starting to take off. We've got 321 entrants, so you can get involved in that and win some Solana. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. So here's the news, guys. This is the news. Massive freaking news. So Hong Kong, they've actually Reuters reported on this last week, and they said that it's likely that Hong Kong regulators will approve the launch of a spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. Well, now this week, it's actually the CNBC reported that Hong Kong regulators have approved the launch of a spot Bitcoin in ETF and Ethereum ETF. So what this basically means is, I'm not sure if you guys know, but a couple of years back, China. What China did was they banned any trading on cryptocurrency, and they also banned mining. So what happened was, literally all the hash rate from China just moved over, and everyone just picked up their machines and just moved over to Europe, parts of Europe, America, Russia. Just basically, whatever they could was just stop mining in China, or try to do it stealthy. They're still mining in China, but just I don't know how they're getting away with it. But most of the big ones just packed up shop and moved over to Kazakhstan. There was a few others. They basically got out of China because there's no crypto trading, there's no mining, and there's no basically buying Bitcoin was banned in China. Now with Hong Kong, which is obviously, you guys know what happened with Hong Kong last year. China took control of Hong Kong again, so it's like it's part of China, but it's kind of like still has its own identity because it's because of, you know, Hong Kong was ruled by the British for some 50, 100 years or so. They've just got back their they've just now become part of China again, but they're still kind of like their own identity, right? And being that their own sort of state, I guess, state or country, now they're going to approve their a Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF. So you can pretty much guarantee that the people in China will just either they'll start investing in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, because I don't know what the deal is with China. They're trying to prop up the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, so people in China can legally invest into Hong Kong Stock Exchange or whatever, however they do it over there, and they can start investing in Bitcoin, and it's going to be all legal. So China's got over 1 billion people, like basically twice, 3 times, 4 times the population of America, and they're very bullish on Bitcoin. So if I was you guys, and you guys are you know, looking at the Bitcoin price, don't even like, I would be just trying to scrounge some sort of money to be buying Bitcoin right now. In my opinion, not financial advice, I would be just literally trying to get as much money into Bitcoin as I would humanly possible, because what is about to happen is we are going for a moonshot. Literally, we are going for a moonshot. And so everyone was long on Bitcoin because of the halving. This is literally what people thought. They thought that, and there's a lot of traders got liquidated. They thought, okay, I'll go long on Bitcoin right up to the halving, and then once the halving happens, I'll short Bitcoin. But the opposite has happened. Everyone went long, so then it dumped, and after the Bitcoin halving, you know, the speculation is now that we're in the Bitcoin, let's just take profits. It could moon now with the ETF being, you know, what I just told you before with the Hong Kong ETF. It could actually do the opposite. See, this is the thing with Bitcoin and crypto, is opposite. You know, it's what you think is going to happen is the opposite. So I know that it's kind of like a black screen because of the software that I'm using. It's kind of like I'm not showing you the full article, but which is kind of annoying, but I'll tell you. Basically, it says the Hong Kong exchange regulators on Monday approved the launch of a spot ETF and Ethereum exchange traded funds ETF. Asset managers said China AMC, Harvest Global, and Bosera International are among those who have been given the green light to issue ETFs. Crypto trading is effectively banned in mainland China after a massive crackdown in the sector in 2021. However, Hong Kong has slowly been trying to make itself a regulated crypto hub. And then it goes on and says, Hong Kong regulators on Monday approved the spot ETF and Ether. Remember, Ethereum is not approved in the United States yet. Only the Bitcoin ETF, but they're going to do basically both at the same time. You see what's happening, right? We saw there's almost like $10 billion just that came into BlackRock ETF, right? This is the US ETF. You know, $10 billion came into that. But with the Hong Kong ETF, it's going to dwarf anything in the States, because the way that the economy is right now in China's economy now is down. It's They're losing money on their investments with real estate. COVID really hit them really hard, and people are looking. People lost tons of money. They're looking for a way to increase their profits, and Bitcoin is the one that is, because it's a limited resource, right? So not only are we going to get all the that we've already got that's still building in the US. There's still the mainstream that don't really get Bitcoin, even though it's been publicly talked about in the US for a very long time. But there's still people out there that are living in a cocoon, and they think that Bitcoin's a scam because they don't understand it. So the Bitcoin ETF in the United States, those ETFs will slowly build, even though there's tons of money that's already poured into them. And then you've got the China, well, I wouldn't say China, it's like Hong Kong technically, the Hong Kong ETFs and also Ethereum. So the people in China, they're different to the people in America in the sense that, they put a higher importance more on finances. The whole China culture is basically, based around China, and how it's just a different culture. Okay, and so they're going to be looking for profits and looking to invest into things that are going to make them more money long term. That's the thing with China, is they look at a longer term perspective. Like we're talking about generational family wealth, and they're looking at everything around their family orientated ecosystem, if you want to call it, is around finances. Okay, it's very important to them, but they're more generational. So they're more like building family generational wealth. It's a different culture to the US. Okay, it's a different culture. So I think that the Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong, when this launches, I don't know if there's an actual date. This is going to absolutely, like, we thought Bitcoin was going to go to like 100k, 150k. Some people saying more. Now, there's no question in my mind that we are going to, basically double what this is just literally just me talking, okay? Literally, you can, in my opinion, you can just double your expectations on kind of like what I thought on Bitcoin. On where I saw Bitcoin was going to go. Now with this new news that's come in, they literally just double it, in my opinion. So I thought like 100k, with probably a 200k, maybe 100 and maybe 250k. Okay. Now don't forget also we've got the halving that's coming up in 4 days time. So that's going to strangle the supply. It'll take some time, but basically we're going to be down to 3.25 Bitcoin per block. Less Bitcoin is going to be produced. Can you see what's happening here, guys? Less Bitcoin is being produced per block every 10 minutes in 4 days time. Now we've got the compounding effect of the Hong Kong ETF, both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So even without this new news, that now that with this new news, so even without the news with Hong Kong and China basically coming in, Bitcoin was still going to reach stupid highs. But now with this new news with China, which they just basically came on CNBC announced this 14 hours ago, and Reuters actually already reported on this last week, that they were saying that the Bitcoin ETF in China and Hong Kong was likely. Now with this new Hong Kong news, regulators approve launch spot Bitcoin ETF. It's literally going to absolutely moon Bitcoin, in my opinion. It is going to moon. And people that have no effing clue what's going on, we're literally going to see Bitcoin go to 100k like that. And it's massive news. So, you guys, not financial advice, but I would just try to get as much Bitcoin under your belt now, because we're seeing this pullback with Bitcoin down to 63, but they don't know what's, just whatever's happening with Bitcoin and whatever's happening in the news, like you're seeing with, the charts and stuff. Just do the opposite. This is what Warren Buffett would do, right? The most famous investor in the world. This is what he would do. He would do the opposite of what people. When people are buying, he sells. When people are selling, he buys. So right now, people are selling Bitcoin, and usually what happens is the big dogs, they start to sell off a huge chunk. Then everyone else follows. The dumb money the retail investors follow, and then they're accumulating right now. So they know that this spot ETF, both Bitcoin and Ethereum in China, is going to moon the price of Bitcoin. They know that, so they're not silly, because they're connected with in the financial circles. So everyone's talking about the Bitcoin halving. I think personally that this is bigger than the Bitcoin halving. Like, Bitcoin halving is great but the Bitcoin halving doesn't do anything. Like, it's just sentiment. What happens on a mathematical and technical level with the Bitcoin halving is it takes time for it to marinate and for it to actually take effect. Initially on that block, when it goes from 6.25 to 3.125, like, nothing's really going to happen. Like, it's okay, we just produced half less Bitcoin, but that nothing's going to happen on that block. It's just what people perceive to be it's going to happen, and that's what dictates their buying and selling patterns. But for it to actually take an effect on a tokenomics level, on a mathematical level, that's when it takes about 6 months. Okay, it takes about 6 months for that to happen with Bitcoin. So if you look at the charts on the Bitcoin halvings, I don't have it right now, but if you look at the charts on Bitcoin halvings, you'll see this. It takes a little bit of time, usually about 6 months, for it to then, it's starting to produce less per block, right? Every 10-minute block is producing less. It's producing less, right? It's producing half as much. It's like someone grabbing you by the throat. This is what this Bitcoin halving is. It's someone grabbing you by the throat and not just squeezing you, but slowly, like a vice. Like when you got something in a vice and you slowly turn it, and then it slowly brings those two kind of teeth together. Well, that's like what's going to happen with the Bitcoin halving. It's going to start off really, really slow, and it's like someone's getting, not that you'd know that someone, not that I'd know that someone's actually getting me strangling by the neck, but just kind of visually think about it. Someone's grabbing you by the throat, but they're not squeezing you hard to stop your breath. They're just slowly doing it, and then eventually it'll just start to suffocate you, because they're slowly, like a vice grip, slowly coming together, right? But it takes time, you know what I mean? It's not going to happen overnight. So the Bitcoin halving, although it was very important, it's not going to have a really tokenomics or mathematical any weight to it for at least 6 months. But when that happens, it's really going to make effect. And then we've got this new Hong Kong news. Literally, guys, if you want to leave your day job, if you want to set yourself up for your retirement, and literally just want to create wealth, this is I just absolutely love Bitcoin, because from what it's done for me. And really, the only difference between me and other people, and all the people that have Bitcoin, that bought Bitcoin and have accumulated enough Bitcoin to be able to do what you want, is literally that's the only difference. Some people don't have any Bitcoin, and some people have a lot of Bitcoin. Some people have enough Bitcoin to do what they want. You don't need a lot of Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin was like $10 in 2013. I think it was 2013. Maybe it was 2014. It wasn't. It wasn't a lot back then. So, if you bought Bitcoin and yeah, it's been a long wait, but you were talking like life-changing money here. I can't even go back enough. Can't even zoom back enough because Bitcoin, CoinGecko won't show me. But basically, okay, here we go. Maybe I'll go back further. No, it's not going to show me. But here we got June 2013 of $68. So less than $100. If we go further back, I can't see at the moment. Oh, hang on, here we go. Maybe it's showing it. No, it's not allowing me to go back. But we're talking like yeah, it's not allowing me to go back. But anyway, here we go. But yeah, it was it was not much at all. I mean, when Bitcoin hit $100, it was, see. So yeah, I mean, obviously, you've missed that boat. Majority of people missed the boat with Bitcoin, but you still have the opportunity now. That's the difference. If you sit on this and literally just ignore this, you're an idiot, in my opinion. You're an idiot. This is generational wealth. This is opportunity. Literally, where is an opportunity where you can buy Bitcoin? Right, you don't need anyone's help. You can store it on a cold storage device, which is I recommend you do a Trezor. Don't do Ledger. Do Trezor, and literally no one will know about it. And you can literally build your own retirement fund, and you can do it from a mobile phone, literally, if you want. And that's it. Literally, like you don't need anyone's. It's trustless, and you don't need anyone's interaction. That's how you can build your own retirement, just with the means of a mobile phone. It's crazy. You can't do it. Never in history can you do that before. So massive news for Bitcoin. We are 63k. I mean, man, it's nothing. This thing's going to go to the moon. Now that I thought 100k Bitcoin, 150 Bitcoin, we could be looking at 500,000 Bitcoin, 250,000 Bitcoin. So we're moving into uncharted waters here, guys. Uncharted waters. So this is massive news for Bitcoin. Massive news. If you think of this long term, literally, that the price of Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million. Cathie Wood said the price of Bitcoin is going to go to 3.5 million. I mean, just go and Google this stuff. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's only 63k. This was before the Hong Kong ETF was even in the mix. Maybe she knew. If you go and she basically said Cathie Wood's original projection was Bitcoin would reach $1 million by 2030, which she gave before the spot ETF. This is before the spot ETF in the US. Then she said the approval bumped the prediction to 1.5 million, and the success of the ETFs bumped the prediction, right? Listeners, prediction to 3.8 million. This is her prediction, right? So originally she said $1 million. Then the ETFs approved. Then she said 1.5 million. We're talking the US. She hasn't even, right? And then she further bumped to 3.8 million. Then she hasn't even. This is old news. Like, maybe she's bumped it up again now. That Hong Kong is coming to the party. We're talking all of China. So take her predictions as a grain of salt and just lowball it. And I said Bitcoin will be 1 million by 2030. To me, that's a lowballing. That's lowballing. So once China enters, and now with this news, China will enter. Let me repeat that. China will enter. There's a 1.3 billion people in China. They're losing money. Their economy is fucked. They're looking for an opportunity to make more money. And Bitcoin is the answer for them. Now the government is approved. The regulators have approved a spot Bitcoin ETF. So legally, anyone in mainland China can now just literally just go into Hong Kong. I don't know how they do it. Create a company or whatever, right? Because it's part of China, and then just do it in Hong Kong. You don't have to go to Macau to go and gamble illegally, although that's why they created Macau. So this is massive news. We are going to see Bitcoin moon, and those people that are kind of like they're not going to know what the F happened. They're not going to know what happened because they're still thinking about Bitcoin at 63k. They are not going to know what hit them. This is going to whoosh. This is going to rocket. It's going to rocket to the moon, guys. We're at 63k. This is going to rocket to the moon. Add another 100 in front of that. 163k in a short period of time. Now, I'm not talking weeks. I'm talking potentially 6 months. I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened. Now with Hong Kong being approved, this is going to rocket to the moon. Literally rocket to the moon. But think of the grander picture, guys. Okay? Think of the grander picture. What I want you to do is to, if you're going to mess around with your meme coins, you're going to mess around with your the latest and greatest flavor. What is it? What's the latest and greatest flavor now? It's coming. Oh, it's runes, ordinals, and memes. Can you see these bright, shiny objects that are distracting you? Okay. Ordinals. Okay, that NFTs. NFTs still relevant? Yeah, they're still relevant. Are they as big as they were in 2021? No. The volume of ETFs dropped off. But they're still relevant. They're like an add-on. You're buying a car and you're getting add-ons on a car. Okay, now you're getting the extras. That's what NFTs are. They are very faddish. Okay, now we've got the ordinals. That's another fad. Can you see what's happening? All these fads and all these bright shiny objects are distracting you from what you should be doing. Okay? NFTs, ordinals. Now we've got the rune, whatever the fuck they want to call it. A combination between meme coins and ordinals. Can you see the bright shiny objects that are distracting you from the main goal, and that's buying Bitcoin and hodling? Because Bitcoin, guess what? I can guarantee you Bitcoin's going to be around in 10 years' time. Are runes ordinals going to be around in 10 years' time? What the hell is a runes ordinals? Okay? So can you see all this bright, shiny bullshit that is... Yeah, those people that will get in will be the first and they'll make a ton of money. But where's it going to go long term? Nowhere. Okay? Because there'll be something new and bright and shiny later. Will meme coins still be around? I think meme coins will be. Because they're so stupid and dumb. But there's a bunch of them that have stand the test of time. But the thing with meme coins is they are only relevant in the bull cycle. They pump in the bull cycle and they dump twice as hard in the bear. That's the thing with meme coins. They'll always be around. Okay? So all this stuff is distracting you. NFTs is distracting you. Ordinals is distracting you. This new runes combination of fucking meme coins and ordinals, which is launching on the Bitcoin halving, is distracting you. Okay, what you need to do is to buy Bitcoin, because the floodgates are about to open with Bitcoin. Okay, the floodgates are about to open with Bitcoin because China is about to enter. 1.3 billion people. Hong Kong regulators approve launch of spot ETF and Ether ETF. So now they've kind of gaming up on the people in the US. They're like, you know what? You boys have approved a Bitcoin spot ETF in the US. Well, guess what? We're going to go one above you, because that's kind of like what China has to do, right? They're the emerging superpower. They have to. They want to trump the US. Trump is the US is the current superpower. So now we're seeing this whole geopolitical thing taking effect. Okay, China is looking at invading Taiwan in 2027 once they build enough big enough navy. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? It will happen, but if they do, they're going to fail. Okay, this is not in this, maybe not in our lifetime. But so they're just China's just trying to become the biggest superpower. They want to become the next superpower. So this is like a statement to them. You know what? You guys have got a Bitcoin ETF. We're going to approve a Bitcoin ETF and an ETH ETF at the same time. That's what they're doing. They're slapping the US in the face. So what's the US going to do? Now that US is on the back foot, they're going to have to follow, because that's kind of like how that works in the US. There's too many people blocking things that are, there's too many red paper? Oh, I can't even think of the word. There's too much documentation. They're slow to act. Okay, and it's costing time. Okay, they should have already approved the military aid to Ukraine, but we've got senators that are blocking that aid. So this is what's happened in the US. They're slow to act, and China knows this, and now they're going to smash us with this spot Bitcoin and an ETH ETF at the same time. So it's a slap in the face for the US, but for us, as in people that are investing in Bitcoin, it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's about that. So if I was you, we could see 100k Bitcoin very fast, faster than we thought before. It will happen faster than we thought before. There's no doubt, obviously, because we've got China coming in. So it's going to be happy days. As I said, as I alluded to before, we've got social campaign started for Buddy Token, so you guys can get in this early. We are not at Dex. We are not at Raydium yet. This is a fair launch before Raydium. So now the community fair launch. The social campaign has started. We got 321 entrants, which is good. And now we're starting to build Twitter. We're starting to build the socials slowly, but this social campaign is working. It's slow, but it's working. So if you want to take part, just go to the link somewhere below or above this. I'll put it in the description, and then you can get to this link tree. You can check it out. Join our Telegram. Join our Twitter. We're still in the fair launch. Okay, you can get in early, and you can also win some Solana if you just tweet, retweet, share, all that sort of stuff, right? This is what's bringing people in. So it's a slow grind, and it's kind of growing. We're growing organically, but eventually we will get to we'll get to Raydium. Okay, so this is a fair launch. Everyone raises money. We all come in. You can buy in, right, before we go to Raydium. So that's still available, and the social campaign is working. It just takes time. Okay, so check it out. You can still come in and you can take a look here at Buddy Token. This is our community token, okay? So join the Telegram group and join everything to check it out. We are still trying to see where we're at with it. Not allowing me to interact. But yeah, last time I looked, I think we were like 25%. So all good. You know, we will eventually get there. Yeah, we're at 25%. Okay, we still need 75% to get to Raydium. All right, guys. So that's about it. Yeah, massive news, and I mean, don't worry about the chart now on Bitcoin. Just look at the news and do some more research. Even just the information you're getting from me today, go and do some more research. Okay, and think of it. I encourage you to think of it long term. Think of the bigger picture. Okay, if you think of Bitcoin in the bigger picture and how you can benefit from it, you'll understand, and you'll profit from the most, because Bitcoin is a long term thing. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll put the links below, and I'll have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys.